Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Yashahime Princess Half Demon episode review. This is episode 9. It's called Meifuku the Meijou. So, just gonna get right into it. Got my Canada Dry here. It's been a long week. Hope you all had a good holiday on the Thursday, whether you celebrate or you just celebrate to be thankful and just celebrating what you have. Hope it was a good one. Pardon me if I skip over words. Like I said, I got my notes. So let's just get right into this. As remember last time, the half demon princesses had attacked and fought not only the owl demon, who was working for Kyuki, but they defeated Kyuki, one of the four perils. Well, technically, Riku had defeated the four peril, had ended up killing her and taking her rainbow pearl. And we are now going right into the current era where we get there's a temple or a castle, and then some guy walks up, and of course, Yashahime always gives us people's titles and names even before they introduce them to the characters, and we know this is Conton, the one of the four perils. So this is our third four peril that we have met, and he's looking around. He sees a tree, and he says, all this stuff obscuring that tree, that's distasteful. It's just disastrous. So as these two guards try to step forward and say, who the heck are you? Get out of here. Two demons leap from behind them, kill them. This guy uses a tag, instantly warping away the whole temple slash castle thing, and the tree is just left standing there. So we are going back to the corpse dealer Jubei's place, where he tells everyone that, we're being hired by a certain commander, and everyone's like, a certain commander. They don't give the name, but he's saying, hey, a lot of people are going to this area trying to figure out what's happened. No one's coming back. They think it's a demon, so that's why they're hiring me, and I'm going to hire you. Moroha says she'll take the job depending on how much it's worth. And it's worth 1,000 mon coin, which apparently is worth 1,000 grains of rice. Moroha tells the twins, all right, guys, let's go. And a display of complete douchebaggery, Toa's like, let's just say our goals are different, or something, or something. I hate it when people say that, or something. It's just an a-hole move. And Satsuna's like, why should we go with you? Moroha's like, we're comrades. That's why we should go. And Satsuna then points out that being a demon hunter and a bounty hunter are not the same thing. Moroha gets mad, does one of these things, says, well, you know what, your mom's a human. Which immediately Satsuna says, your mom is a human too. More on that. Of course, Takeshio, he's going to give Moroha a ride there. They run off. And One Track Mind Toa asks Jubei, has he heard anything about the dream butterfly? He says, no, you asked me again, but no, I still haven't heard anything. If you're really, really looking for it, which to Satsuna's dismay, because she's just not having any of this. She doesn't really care about getting her dreams back for whatever reason. We all know the reason. Tsundere. Anyway, she says, well, how does one, put a bounty out for it? Because he says if you put a bounty out for it, people will search for it, people will look for it, and you'll get more information. And she's like, how much will it cost? He says, well, be about 1,000 mon. Oh, you got any jobs that's worth that much? No, just the one I gave Moroha. Idiot. How do you not see where this is coming? You're supposed to. I guess they never did say that she was smart. It's just that she went to school and she was got into fights, but they never said she was smart. She's like early Naruto dumb. Anyway, they go to chase off, and this is what annoyed me and made me mad. Moroha is upset. She says, I figured, and she's sulking. She's doing the Kagome thing with wrapping her, her arms around her knees and hugging her legs to her chest. While right on Takeshio, she's saying, I figured since we were cousins, we would, hang out and do, like a normal family does. She's a quarter demon, and I think Takeshio might be a half demon. I'm not sure, but she might have been referring to her cousin. She's like, they're lucky they're half demons. Being a quarter demon is hard. I'm alone. I've always been alone. And that It's a good character death, which is why she should have been the main character. But I will touch on that towards the end. I'm upset, mad at these two twin assholes. When lo and behold, they're riding a bike underneath, and they're saying, "Hey, catch up! Slow down. Let's catch up." Moroha tells Takachio, "Speed up," and he speeds up, and until he can't take anymore, he's out of breath, and they're on the ground. And she said, "Oh no, blame him." He for some reason started speeding up, and they go on to say, she goes on to say, so why'd you guys come? Sasuna lies and says, "Oh, we realize we want to help you and we enjoy your company." I think I wrote exactly what she said. She didn't say that, but she said, "We enjoy your company." Blah, 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 blah. They tasked Takachio with taking the bike back. Now, something that I did forget to say earlier was after Conton had attacked the temple, we see a small little demon boy, saying that he hates them. Fast forward back to the point where I'm at right now. Takachio, before he takes the bike back to the shop because the temple is straight ahead, tells them where to go. They are sensing energies, and they sense this small energy. Sasuna attacks a bush, and there's our little guy. And the little guy's name is Meifuku, right? Meifuku. And, he is a Meijou. More on that later because he just runs off and they pay him no mind. But, of course, we get the name. We get his name because the show always tells us who is who whenever we see them. So they move forward and they meet the same jerk guy. And he's being for lack of a better word, sexist, because he's saying I was suspecting more bored samurai, but instead I get 3 young ladies. Why don't you all dance for me and I'll go easy on you? And Moroha's like, "Nah, we're gonna kill you. There's a bounty on your head, and we're coming for it." This guy goes into dramatic fashion saying that's so distasteful that there's a bounty on my head. And Meifuku yells for them to watch out because just like earlier, the 2 demons that came out of nowhere and attacked those other guys try to attack them from behind. And it turns out that there's a wind and a thunder line. Pretty interesting. And that gives everybody a dance partner. But the Conton properly says that how dare they put a bounty on Conton, and they all realize this dude is one of the 4 Perils. This is not what we signed up for, but let's go ahead and take care of it. So Sasuna fights the wind one, Toa fights the thunder one. She's blocking a thunder attack, which seems pretty cool. And Moroha is having a standoff with this guy, sword to sword. Pardon me. Canada Dry, you can sponsor me if you want to. Sword to sword with this guy. And he's barely moving. He's, just dodging. Kind of like the Goku versus Trunks thing where he's just parrying the moves. But she's saying, you're leaving yourself wide open. She goes to attack his side, and nothing happens when she hits this armor. And of course, he goes and tries to attack her back. All 3 of them, they don't know what's about that. They're in deep trouble. But suddenly, this inky black cloud comes down, and the art for this was interesting because it looked completely different than the rest of the scene. The rest of the art, it was like an old painting kind of feel, an old Japanese painting. If anyone is familiar with Street Fighter 4's aesthetic, it's something like that. Not like a watercolor, but it was surely shaded completely different. And they are lifted up and taken away. The Conton, the 4 Peril, has a tag in his hand. He was going to attack them, but he throws it to one of the lions, tells them to follow them. And then we are now formally introduced to Meifuku. He rescued them. He introduces himself, saying he's a Meijou. Meijou are a type of demons that have the most sturdy armor-like shells. And they're saying, okay, is that what the guy has? And behind Meifuku in a river is this massive demon's, I guess, skeleton with a shell with a scale missing. It goes on to tell them that his father was attacked by Conton and tricked. He used some type of magic. Well, he was trying to attack the shell, and even his lion helpers couldn't get through. As I believe his name is Meijou. As Meijou was coming in to attack Conton because he's actually called Great Demon with an Ultimate Iron Shell, Meijou. He's coming in to attack Conton. Conton has set up a barrier spell to hold him in place. He uses another spell to break off a piece of his armor, and then goes ahead and uses a divine strike of his blade to kill his father. Right before his father dies, he tells his son to run. Son makes a run for it, and now now they've explained all this. They're trying to figure out, okay, what do we do now that he has this demon shell? Which earlier Toa was going to try to extract the demon energy from the armor, but you couldn't take anything out. Myoga appears and informs them that the mainland magic is similar to Tao and Fang magic, saying that he took the shell, fashioned it into an armor, and that's how he's able to get it on through the magics. And we get into a joking period where Moroha says to Meifuku, well, why don't you want your revenge? Why don't you attack? He's like, I'm just a kid. And then when Toa asks how long you've been following, he said, I've been following for 10 years. Like, what? But you look, how old are you? He's 50 years old. He's pulling a baby Yoda. This guy is really young, really cute looking, but he's only 50. And he's been following him for 10 years. And he's saying, I would attack him, but I don't have a shell like my dad. I only have one layer of armor. How long is it going to take you to get another layer? Another 50 years. So, fun and laughter is had. Moroha's trying to take his shell off of him. He's saying that that's not how it works. And then they are spotted by the two lions. And the tag in the lion's mouth is let go and suddenly teleported there as Conton. So he has some of the most plot strong magic armor that we've seen in the show so far. And Moroha is really encouraging Meifuku to just, take your revenge. Tell him, hey, he wants revenge for his dad. And Conton recognizes him, saying, oh, you're still following me after all this time. Oh, you want to fight me? He takes out the sword. And, Meifuku is, he's terrified. He's scared. And Moroha's like, why don't you just be my shield then? And he's like, all right, cool. And latches on to Toa. He's in his shell, but his arm and legs are around her. And he's like, yeah, I'm latching on to you because this other person is scary. And our fight continues from where it left off. Was it Toa? No. So Sasuna is able to destroy her lion easily. What is her name? Moroha is still having some trouble with this guy because the shell is really, really tough. And as soon as it kills her lion, which just looks like it may have been a Shikigami because it was just torn up paper after she struck it, goes to attack him, but he uses a move called Divine Strike, which just, I guess, extends his blade. Tries to cut her on the side, but she uses her blade on her side to mitigate some of the damage. And of course, Toa sees it. She quickly dispatches her enemy and is going to go over to help her. Moroha goes to use the Rouge, but again, Divine Strike knocks her. I thought it knocked her out, but actually just knocked her back. And when Toa's about to make her move, he Divine Strikes. Really swift stuff. He's making really quick attacks, but his blade cannot penetrate the Meifuku shield. And she's like, oh, you're just as strong as your dad. He's like, no, I'm not, I'm nowhere near my dad. Even though his demon energy's gone, he's still strong. She's like, oh, energy's gone. Cool. So Conton throws a tag that kind of makes a fire explosion in her face. She moves through the smoke and stabs at the armor with her light sword. He's like, you can't take the demon energy from my armor. She's like, yeah, because you don't have any, but I'm going to give you some of mine. And as she pumps her energy into it, all of a sudden, it comes to life, and it is Meijou once again. He has a nice little reunion with his son, saying, son, that's you. And, yeah, Dad, I'm glad to see you again. He tells his son to use his Dark Lightning Cannon, because now Toa and Conton are able to fight a little bit easier, because now that the armor has been re-inhabited with the spirit of Meifuku's father, is able to kind of restrain Conton a bit. And he's saying, use your Dark Lightning Cannon. Because earlier on, in a flashback, when we saw Conton fight Meijou. Meijou had this really cool dark lightning cannon attack, which was 6 dark energy balls that kind of went out. Conton had to dodge it, so obviously it's a strong attack. And when Meifuku says, my attack's not going to be that strong, he said, trust me, son. Just do this and finally put me to rest. And once they get some distance apart, we see the spirit of Meijou holding back Conton. Meifuku, tearfully lets out the dark attack, blasting the armor shell off of Conton, allowing Toa to use all of her energy to get him back and to further deflect the armor away. And armor instantly changes into a giant, I guess a giant shell. I was gonna say a giant turtle scale, but it's just a giant shell. Meifuku runs to his father's shell to embrace it, and Toa is just completely wiped out. And as Conton, who is still ready to go, is about to strike her down, we get a dragon crimson wave from one side, a cyclone burst from the other side, colliding in the middle right before he can attack. And of course, he dodges away, hurt, but realizing the situation, he uses an explosive tag and then he leaves. He's just gone and disappears. So at this time, after the battle is all done, Meifuku pushes his father's shell into the river, and they ask, so what are you going to do now? He says, I'm going to, first he thanks them. He says, I'm going to pray over the souls of the departed. And they say, well, how long are you going to do that? He's like, for 50 years. When you're 50 and you look like you're 8, you got enough time, right? So the girls start to, Moroha laments and goes, we didn't kill him. We're not going to get the 1,000 mon. And Toa's like, well, we beat him, right? We sent him away. That's not how it works, you idiot. And later on, we see that Conton is swearing revenge against the half-demons. Next time, looks like we're going to get a silver and gold demon battle. I guess they're going to try to take over the sisters because, there's silver, pearl, and I don't think it's a red. I think it's actually a gold pearl, silver and gold pearl. And we might get a cool demon lady. So, that was the episode, guys. Hope I wasn't speaking too fast. Just a little drained, but I still want to get this video out to you. Let me give you all my likes. Again, Moroha, 3-dimensional character. Knowledgeable, knows about her craft, knows about the world, but doesn't know everything. Headstrong, yes, but she has a heart and actually wants a family. And loneliness is probably part of the reason why she has a large debt. She's probably paying back for someone helping take care of her and giving her some kind of purpose. It really made me mad that those damn twins didn't care about her that much. They were so one-track minded. Another thing I liked was Meifuku. I hope he doesn't actually spend the whole 50 years praying. I hope we see more of him. It's kind of a shame that he ages so slowly because I do want to see this guy again, even though he is supposed to be weak. And yeah, he's a young demon kid right there with the little horn. So yeah, he's kind of meek and he's scared, but he's young. That'll happen. But he has a sturdy shell, has a cool attack, and has this like dark inky magic type of thing. I want to see characters like this again. Dislikes. Like I said before, how single-minded Toa is. Yeah, I get it. You want to get your sister's dreams back, but I'm going to assume that Yashahime is her, since Moroha becomes Inuyasha. I'm assuming that she's Yashahime. That'll be her whole demon transformation name thing that they're doing for this season continuation. But it is ridiculous how dumb she is. Like anyone could see from far away what Jubei was going to tell you. That was the only thing that was the only job to do. Just the carelessness and not really caring. You couldn't really see through that. Yeah, you had a little sister. You were sad because Sasuna was all alone, but you don't care about the person that's supposed to be your cousin. You care about random people. You can care about random cats, but you don't care about this person. Sasuna's obviously Sundre, the whole I don't care about my dreams thing, is obviously a whole I don't want to have change and things were okay before. I don't care about this now. I really care about it though, but I don't care about it. I hope they get rid of that. I'm giving it 5 episodes to get rid of that crap. I can take a Sundre character, but I'm gonna get annoyed with the whole I don't care thing when you more than likely do. Another thing I dislike is Conton being stronger than the last two guys. Yeah, the board guy died super hard. I still assumed that it was Inuyasha that killed him. Maybe it was Moroha that killed him. Someone killed him, yes. But the cool, what was her name? Kyuki? She was a white tiger with wings. What is cooler than that? And if I remember correctly about all the different beasts, the Conton is probably a turtle thing or the weird six-eyed wing thing. I'm looking for another Kagura. Kagura was really cool. Yeah, she was annoying with the trick she pulled, but she was also strong. I'm looking for a Kagura this season. I hope it was her. Maybe it will be this mystery demon in the next episode that has some type of grudge against Shishomaru. But yeah, I'm assuming that it's kind of strange that the show isn't about Moroha. I get that Shoshone was probably more popular than Inuyasha and Kagome, but his daughters are just butt. At the moment, they're butt. So soon as they're higher than Toa, because Toa is she's supposed to be the main character, but she is not. Yeah, 9 episodes in. I'm gonna be kind. I'm giving it 5 episodes for Sasuna to turn around. I'll give it to episode 15 for Toa to finally not be so stupid and heartless. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought of the episode. I hope you watched it. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you want to see more characters like Meifuku? More, side characters that should be prominent and possibly shown whenever there's a big bad encounter? I hope we get more like that. Do you like this shirt? I bought this shirt and I don't just because it was on sale, and I actually don't like it because it reminds me of one of the saddest moments in anime history. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Do you like Moroha? I know I like Moroha. Who's your favorite character so far? Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, guys, please remember like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get notified of more videos like this. Share the video so we can show all your friends all the great information and reviewing going on. Oh yeah, I didn't give it the episode a rating. Problem is, I like Moroha's character. I like her. I like the depth of her character, and I like Meifuku. I'm gonna give this episode a 4. Only brought down by how dumb Toa is. So, please, remember as always, be good and be blessed. Wear your mask, wash your hands, Black Lives Matter. Please be safe this weekend. Hope you had a good holiday, and I'll most definitely be seeing you next time.